Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about a personal favorite topic of mine, and that is the narcissist and cheating. So, where to begin with this? This is a very long one. This is a lot to say with this one. Now, just to say, not all narcissists are going to cheat on you, okay? Because every narcissist is different. It's not a general. You can't generalize this and say that all of them are going to cheat. If you read in any of the books, they do say that a lot of them do cheat, and it's something that they do. It's a very common thing for these people, because narcissists get bored. Okay, they like to have attention from lots of different sources, and that also comes with other women or men, whatever your gender is. But they do cheat. They do cheat, and there's a lot of reasons for them cheating, and it gets very detailed, and I'm going to talk about that. But what I want to talk about here right now is the narcissist and the signs, okay, that you're going to see that leads to cheating, and signs that you're going to know that you're with a narcissist, because there's certain signs that you are going to know. See, when I went through my experience with a now I've dated more than one narcissist. Let me just clear the air here. I have dated a few narcissists, okay? They were all different. They all had completely different personalities, and they all were narcissistic in different ways, okay? Like, in order to be a narcissist, you have to have, I think it's 7 of the 11 traits. I think it's 7. Now, not all narcissists are going to have every single exact same trait. There's going to be different traits of them. And as I said, I've dated different types of narcissists. They were all narcissistic, okay, the ones I dated, but they were different because it just depends on that narcissist's goal, okay? Some narcissists are after sex, some are after money, some are after, status, career, it just depends on that particular narcissist and what's important to them, okay? If you're a, narcissist who works on Wall Street, okay, and you have a really good job, obviously some of them are going to be after money, but a lot they have their own, so they're not really looking for that. A lot of them are looking for more of like the sex part of it, you know what I mean? It depends on that particular narcissist, okay? Not all of them are going to be after the same thing. Like people have different goals in life, okay? Some of them are to be rich, some of them are just to, you know, depends on what that narcissist is all about. So, for me, with the one, my this particular, topic, I'm going to be talking about the narcissist and cheating, okay? And not all of them are going to cheat on you, okay? Depends on that particular narcissist, okay? And what kind of narcissist they are. Um, so, that's really the case, okay? It depends on the morals of that person. Now, remember, narcissists are people, okay? First and foremost, we talk about them like they're like this object, or this alien, but they are people first. And, it depends on the morals of that particular narcissist. They don't really have morals. A lot of them don't, because they're very nervy people. But yet, some might, you never know. But anyway, the signs of a narcissist that they will be cheating on you. And like I said before, like, these are just signs that for me I've noticed. And these are things that I did not know when I was with my narcissist. I always, was very observant when I was with mine, because I always noticed that he would do things, that were really odd and a little bit unusual. And I would always talk to him about it. I always brought it up. I always brought up problems. I never like didn't talk about anything with him. I always made sure I brought everything to his attention, so he knew exactly the way I felt about stuff. And you know, when you're with your narcissist for a few years, and you're having a relationship. And as I said before, you may have a pretty good relationship with these people for the first few years. And like mine, we had our times where, maybe in the very beginning stages, we were getting along pretty good. There wasn't much fighting, we had a pretty decent relationship, at that time for, I was in my 30s. And the natural course of a relationship, especially when you're young, and would be, to date. And then, people usually date with the goal of marriage, usually, right? Especially when you're in your 20s or 30s. So that was also my goal. So, when we were together, we had as I said, a decent relationship. And then I would bring up sometimes to him, like, we're getting older, marriage is the next step. And he did do what he had to do as far as, I was happy with him for a little bit there. We did get engaged, but the narcissist will do things purposely to thwart the natural progression of your relationship with them. If they're not looking to get married, and they don't really want to do that, they will do things on purpose to cause friction, to cause fighting. They'll use it as like an out or an excuse not to take the next step. Now, narcissists, when you first meet a narcissist, okay, they really get to know you pretty good, okay, and they're looking to know what your weaknesses are, because they like to do this. If you have any kind of weakness, no matter what it is, they'll kind of catch on to that, and they'll use that against you. So if it's trust, or if it's um maybe something in your past that kind of bothered you or hurt you, they'll use that against you, and they'll either start doing it, or they'll do something, or they'll start to do it, and then they're going to turn it against you. So let's just say it's trust, okay? Let's just, for whatever, it's maybe you're a little bit insecure, maybe you're just a little bit distrustful, maybe you don't know why, but you just feel that way. And with people, any people, not just narcissists, but anybody, you get like a natural energy from people. Some people, you just don't trust them for whatever reason. It's like a natural energy that just causes your gut instinct to feel like, I don't really trust this person. And that's the way I felt with my ex, a narcissist. I did not trust him from the very beginning. The very, very, very beginning. And it's hard because, when you don't trust someone, um, it's, and you can't put your finger on why you don't trust them, because from the very first, I didn't trust him. And I don't know what it was about him, but I never did from day one. I trusted him for when he used to tell me, okay, I'm not doing this. And I did. And as time went on, my trust did kind of grow a little bit. As time went on, you start to get to know people, and you take it for granted that, no, like, we have a good relationship, and I think that he loves me and I love him. And as time goes on, you kind of build trust together. And that's basically what I did with him. But as I said before, in the very beginning, I didn't trust him for some reason. I didn't even know why. So as time went on, you're having a relationship, time is moving on, and then, you're with your narcissist for a couple years, and you don't know you're dating a narcissist. You have no idea. I had no clue that he was even one of these people. So, you talk about marriage. It's the next step for us is to get married, and you might talk about it. Okay, we're going to get married, and he may agree and say, yeah, we're going to do this, and he may even seem like he even wants to do this. And deep down, they may not want to do it. So what they're going to do, narcissists are very, very good they're very good planners. Narcissists are very, very intelligent people. They're very good at strategically planning things. they're very good at kind of like using things to their advantage. They're very good at, like, they're very sneaky and underhanded, and they're very intelligent, and they know how to get things to go their way. They're very good at manipulation, okay? Extremely, extremely good at manipulating. They will manipulate things to suit them or to work in their favor. This is what they do. So, now my ex narcissist was an intelligent person. He really was. I thought he was very intelligent. Not much with common sense, but as far as other things, yes. So, I would just, like, be going along in our relationship. And I started to notice that he would flirt when we would go out, and we would, whether it was at a grocery store, checking out, or, in a customer service kind of environment where you need to talk to, like, a customer service person for help or whatever. I noticed that he would strike up conversations with these people, like, right in front of me. And I always felt very uncomfortable when he would do this. I felt that it was very rude for him to talk to other girls in front of me. And, like, why would you do that? Like, you're with me, like why would you even think about doing something like that? But he would do this. He would do this literally right in front of me. He would be very, like, flirtatious with them, not in a sexual way, but he would just, like, start talking to them, like, make little jokes and things like that. And I'd be like, this is kind of rude. None of my other boyfriends ever did anything like this before. But he would do this literally right in front of me. And I talked to him about it. I told him that I didn't like it, that something's like, why is he doing this? And he would basically turn it around on me and say that I didn't trust him, I was insecure, and he would say that I was, accusing him of cheating. And I would say, well, I'm not accusing you of cheating, but but it is odd that you're striking up conversation with store clerks and cashiers right in front of me. And it made me feel very uncomfortable that I didn't even want to go out with them, because when I used to go out with them and there was a woman cashier, I used to feel like really, like, weird. And as time went on, he kept doing it, and he would just, even though he knew I didn't like it, he would do it. And then it went on to, it, like, escalated into cheating, where, because cheating was never really even thought about, um, you know, at all, at all. But somehow cheating became, like, this big topic. And I didn't know until now, and not until now, but, like, years, after we broke up, I started to say to myself, what he was doing was he was using that against me. He would do this in front of me to cause me to be suspicious on purpose. He wanted me not to trust him. He wanted me to feel mistrust towards him and suspicious towards him, because that would give him an out, and that would also give him an excuse uh, for him to use against me, not to do something, whether it was to get married. He would say to me, well, I can't marry you, you don't trust me. I can't get married to you, you think I'm cheating on you. I can't get married to you, you think I'm doing this. And I'd be like, well, I don't think that you're doing this, but I've seen you do it. Like, this is what they do to you. Like, it's messed up stuff. It's messed up stuff. They'll do things and manipulate it in a way that you're the bad person. And they would say, well, we can't get married because you don't trust me. And you think I'm cheating on you. And it's like, well, I don't think you're cheating, but I am seeing you talking to other people, right? Yeah, no, strike up conversations and jokes literally right in front of me while you're with me. Like, if you're doing this when you're with me, what are you doing when you're not with me? And this was always in the back of my mind. And they do this on purpose. Now, you got to realize this. This is done on purpose, strategically planned. Okay? They like to have an out. They want to have that excuse so they don't have to go through with something. If you're having a really good, smooth relationship with your boyfriend, everything's going well, everything's going smooth, all right? You get along really good. Because I did with my ex, I mean, there was a period where we did get along really well. We were together 24/7 for like 4 years or 3 years. Um, so for me, the next step was getting married, and I talked to him about this, and we said we did talk about it. But anyway, that's really not the point. The point of this is they will do things like this. Okay, so just, if you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend, everything's going well, and you're not going to know. Like, I did not know that they were doing this. I was very naive back then, okay? As time went on, I started to say to myself, he's doing this on purpose. After we broke up, I realized that he did that on purpose. Because deep down, he didn't want nothing to do with marriage. These people are very selfish people as well. Remember that too? And if they're throwing out all these excuses not to do something, all right, it's because deep down they don't want to. And with I was like a perfect girlfriend to him, literally. I mean, literally, I was the perfect girlfriend. And he really didn't have anything against me. He really didn't have any reason, you know, not to want to go to the next step. But for whatever reason, he did not want to. Um, Narcissists are womanizers, and you have to really understand a lot of them are. Like, a lot of them, it's true, they are. They do like to womanize. And it's not so much womanize with like that, but they do like the freedom. They like the freedom to be able to talk to people, to talk to other girls. They do like that. Whether or not they're going to date them or not, that's up to them, but they like freedom. They don't want to be tied down. They like to have their cake and eat it too. That's basically, if I had to define, they like to have their cake and eat it too. They want to have you, home there, but they want to be able to go out and flirt with other girls. And even though they might not even be attractive girls, okay, for that. But they want to be able to do this. So that's really, for me, one of the best, definitions of what they do. But anyway, I will come back and talk more about this topic.